What's up, everyone? It's the God, Young Montu-Ra, and welcome to Montu-Ra, the podcast, where I talk about the good, the bad, and the downright dirty of music, business, and spirituality. What's up, my guys and goddesses? And we are back again, episode 24. You know what time it is, Harvest Full Moon. It's the God, Young Montu-Ra, and we're back, kids. I appreciate everybody for tapping in with me. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me on this journey. Thank you, everybody, continuing to helping me through my own personal transformation, my own void period. Thank you, everybody, for continuing to reach out to me and telling me to push through, because we are pushing through for our breakthrough. So we got this harvest full moon happening tonight and tomorrow morning for some. I believe it's going to reach its peak at 2:58 PST, 5:58 EST AM, I'm talking, 10:57 AM UK, and 11:57 AM CEST time. This is going to be the last of the supermoons in 2023. So obviously we talked about the fall equinox. Just took place a couple days ago. So now we're in this harvest time. This is harvest season. This is that impulsive and determined fire sign in Aries full moon. So we all need to keep that in mind. We're dealing with that Aries energy again. So, the springtime always summons up that imaginary renewal, shifting priorities, new ideas and projects. But we're pairing that same energy as we would with the spring with this harvest energy now. This is time for abundance. This is a time for intense energy. And it goes hand in hand with this full moon. So we all have a lot going on. So things might get even more chaotic when we throw this Aries energy into the mix. It's like the first sign of the zodiac. This is something that is symbolizing that fresh start that we talked about, that new beginning. But we're going to have to dig a little deeper. We're going to learn that this upcoming harvest full moon offers us much more potential than maybe we are aware of. On the other hand, Aries is that go-getter energy as well. We talked about this being the Lamb of God, the first sign of the zodiac. So this is a sign of love to initiate action and approaches task with that fiery determination type energy. So having access to these potent stores of energy can be great for all of us, especially if we've been feeling stagnant or kind of stuck in the mud from this past energy. So I do believe this is something that is resonating with me personally, but at the same time, I want people to know we have to be cautious. I told everybody, and I've been talking a lot about Aries since we had that solar eclipse energy, and since we kind of really started Montu-Ra the podcast, we've been talking a lot about how this Aries energy is prone to aggressive outbursts, prone to just going head first, impulsive behavior, overly brashness, even arrogance. But it's not going to be our fault in a sense. So we're going to try to not necessarily back away from this energy, but be mostly aware of, because we're dealing with that warrior energy, the God of war energy, the Montu-Ra energy of the zodiac. I like to put that in there, but this is true. But it does mean that if we do have some different gripes with our emotions, or things might be bubbling beneath our own surfaces, this upcoming harvest full moon in Aries may trigger some volatile. This might get volatile, it might get volatile, but we are kind of suggesting having a bit of extra mindfulness during this period, or even some movement in regards to the Aries way after all, right? So this could be like hitting the gym, taking a run, getting this aggressive energy, not necessarily out of us, but trying to transmute it into a more right way, right? So, dancing, running, gym, yoga, these are different ways how we can transmute this energy in a more positive way than doing these outlandish outbursts on ourselves or others. And I'm talking to myself here as well. So, this is something that I do feel is nothing to fear, right? But as we, as we are heading into Libra season or in Libra season as I record this, we're dealing with trying to harmonize this fire and air, right? Being diplomatic as well. It's like, Libra in a sense is like hated for being not confrontational, right? We talk about Libra trying to balance those scales, trying to balance our emotions, trying to soothe things over, trying to be the mediator of this energy. But during this harvest full moon, I believe emotions may become more heightened due to the moon's proximity to the earth. Now, we're still talking about this full moon energy, but as a result, some of us may experience a stronger need for introspection as well. Self awareness is something we've been talking a lot about. And I do believe this is an opportune time to kind of delve deep in our inner emotions and gain deeper insights and clarity in our own psyche. And this is something that I've definitely been battling as I'm going through my own personal spiritual journey right now as I'm recording this shit. It was hard as fuck for me to even sleep at night or to get up this morning. And I said, you know what, I got to keep my word regardless of how I'm feeling, and at least talk to my spiritual people out there and to everybody listening to this. So, as an astrologer and, blah, 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 I read tarot and all this bullshit. But, honestly, as an astrologer that I do study the stars, um, I do believe it's kind of like my own personal advice is using this energy of the harvest full moon for releasing emotional baggage and negative patterns, right? So similar to how farmers release their harvest from the land, this time I believe it's encouraging us to letting go of what no longer serves us and making space for new growth and opportunities in our lives. And we talk a lot about the new moons. I love the new moons, the full moons. We talk a lot about these full moons as letting go, lighting some sage, getting the bad energy out of us, getting that bad juju, as one of my mentors would say. And then after you light that sage and cleanse that air, maybe you light some frankincense and myrrh, light you a candle, maybe do some meditation, because everything goes hand in hand as well. I've been told a lot that everything happens for a reason. This year has been pretty much probably the most challenging year in my own personal life, especially as I go deeper into my spirituality. I told everybody spirituality is actually harder than, not being spiritual. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can think like things are going to be all peachy and everything's going to be great. I don't know where that kind of dialogue came from being spiritual, that your life is going to be easy and everything's going to happen. That's bullshit. I'm telling you this right now, right in real time. Obviously, things are actually going to get harder. And that is because we have to shed a lot of the bullshit that we've been holding on to from our past, from different relationships, from our upbringing, from just people around us. And I'm telling everybody this, it's not easy. Obviously, me talking about it is easier me talking than it is doing. You know what I'm saying? So I do believe this harvest full moon is going to influence or enhance our social connections and partnerships. It may foster a sense of unity and cooperation, inspiring people in our life to come together and celebrate our own achievements and share our abundance in this life. So when we talk about Aries, we talk about that first sign of the zodiac associated with the element of fire, representing these qualities of enthusiasm, courage, assertiveness, that pioneering spirit. And like we said, it's ruled by Mars. We got this Mars energy. We got this God of War energy. We got this 222 energy. We got this Montu-Ra energy tapping us in, because this is known for us to be independent. That fire energy of Aries is about that independent nature and its desire to initiate new ventures and take on challenges fearlessly. So I'm telling everybody out there to be fearless, continue to be fearless with our life and with everything that we're doing. But like I said again, during this time, it might be emotional chaos coming up in our inside world and in the outer world. We're going to see a lot of bullshit start to happen. This harvest is going to be, you're going to see a lot of news trying to harvest our energy, taking our mind away from our own jobs, on our own life, on our own purpose. Don't get caught up in that bullshit, because we have to encourage our own selves and others, but also embrace our inner warrior and pursue our goals, right? And I'm talking to the choir right now. I'm talking to myself as well. This is a time for us to be assertive, to be bold, and to take initiative to bring projects to fruition. But I will say this is about the harvest. We are harvesting all the work we put in these past 9 months. It is time for us to definitely benefit from our own labor, to eat off of our own plate all the work we've been putting in. Because I do believe this is something that this Aries influence is also going to lead us to that new perspective as well. But I do believe, this is my last point though, I do believe it is important for us to channel this energy, like I said, constructively, and avoid rushing into decisions without careful consideration. So that is kind of what all I wanted to talk about with this Aries full moon, this harvest energy. I appreciate everybody again for tapping in. Much love to everybody. Make sure you follow me on my socials at official Montu-Ra, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Official Montu_Ra, TikTok, and Instagram. Much love to everybody out there. Again, this is full moon is going to be at its peak at 2:58 a.m. Pacific time, 5:58 a.m. Eastern time, 10:57 a.m. UK time, and 11:57 CEST time. It's the God Young Montu-Ra, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.